Well, first of all, we would recommend that hay bales go through what we call a sweat before they're put into tight storage, because the higher the packing density, the more difficult it is for the moisture to leave the bale. And so we often recommend to growers, especially when they're rushing to get their crop in, is to roadside the hay, let it go through a little bit of a sweat in the field before they put it into barns. I cannot tell you how many barns have burned down in the West due to people rushing, and maybe in some cases the dairy is desperate to have feed, and they bring the moist bales in and they don't monitor them, and 3 to 6 weeks later they have a hay fire on their hands.
The other surprising thing that many farmers don't think of that I encourage is that if you're putting up hay that is a little bit wet, especially round bales, but even square, think about making a little smaller bale than normal. If the bale is smaller, then your surface ratio to volume is higher, and then it dissipates heat better so it doesn't get so hot. How wet you can make a square or round bale depends on the temperature of the air. In the spring and in the fall, when the weather's cool, we can put hay up a little bit wetter because heat dissipates better to colder air temperatures than we can over summer when the temperatures are higher. So we have to think about the time of year. We have the opportunity to adjust the size of the bale. The other thing that we should think about is using a preservative or wrapping in plastic if we have to put it up wetter than would occur. Remember that heating is a loss of energy, and that energy could be fed to the cow if you weren't letting the bale heat. In terms of heating, you should check the temperatures very carefully, I would say for the first 2 weeks. A bale spike and pulling it out and measuring it is a little bit difficult because you're starting to lose heat right away, so you're going to underestimate the actual temperature. What I like to see us do is take a tube and push it in and drop a thermometer down there. And you can even use a household thermometer, just like you'd check a child's temperature, pull it out and see what the setting is inside the bale. The other thing you want to be careful about is get to the center of the bales, not just do a couple inches in from the surface.